We welcome in now the coaches, PJ Carlesimo and Seth Greenberg. And PJ, I'll start with you. And we touched on this with Jay Will in the previous hour. The hack-a-bench strategy was in full effect, and it was a problem for the Sixers last night. Should Doc have pulled Ben Simmons?
I don't think so. I think you do that maybe at the very end. He's doing enough other things. All you got to look at is he more valuable on the floor with his defense, with his handling, and everything else. And I think there are other issues. Their bench has gotten them in trouble a couple of times. They've been in great shape, and then when they go to the bench, last night Gallo and Lou Williams were so good for Atlanta and just turned the game around. And Joel Embiid at times looked like a different player. This is an unbelievable play. Runs the length of the floor and gets a block. I mean, he just looked like a completely different guy. Then you watch him in the fourth quarter. Looks like he couldn't do it right there. He doesn't have enough lift to stop Lou Williams when he goes to the basket. This team just worked on defense. Look at that hustle play by John Collins right there. He's had back-to-back double-doubles. Atlanta's making the plays at the end of the game, and Trae Young has been ridiculous. There's three all-defensive players right there. Matisse Thybulle, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid. Trae Young doesn't matter to him. He just takes it right to the rim. So Philadelphia has a lot more problems than Ben Simmons shooting free throws.
Yeah, and you talk about those problems. Seth, I have to ask you about this. Doc Rivers talked about his team exhaling too early. He said he called a timeout because right out of the beginning of the second half, it felt like they were relaxing. How do you keep a team from doing that in a game?
Well, I know with the NBA and PJ, you probably can address this. You script your playing time. In the start of the fourth quarter, you usually play your second unit. To me, this is a must-win game. Forget about the script. All right, you saw that all of a sudden Atlanta made a little push at the end of the third quarter. You got to go with your starters. You got to make a statement those first 4 minutes. Then you can come back to the second unit. But I thought the second unit really hurt, obviously, the Sixers. But let's face it. Hey, PJ, you got Ben Simmons. You got Tobias Harris. And you got Joel Embiid. You're paying those guys a gazillion dollars. All right? Ben Simmons hasn't got a shot up in the fourth quarter in 2 games. That's just the way it is. Embiid had 1 field goal in the fourth quarter, and Tobias Harris was 0 for 3. One of those guys has got to lead and step up. To me, as I'm looking at it through my prism, who is the leader of this Sixers team? Who's the guy that's going to put his arms around the team and say, all right, we got to get a stop? And then defensively, I thought that Nate McMillan did a great job of attacking Seth Curry. I thought, terrific. Starting the fourth quarter, he saw Curry on Lou Williams, and he went at him, and absolutely attacked him every single possession. I think he was 6 for 7 in the fourth quarter as a primary defender defensively, Seth Curry. So I thought Nate McMillan did a great job, but I think the leadership, you got those 3 guys that are supposed to be the leaders of your team. Did you see leadership out of those guys, PJ, in the fourth quarter?
No, I didn't. And I saw a different Joel Embiid. I mean, there were times during this game where he moved well. We saw the play where he ran him down from the back. He was getting off the ground. He didn't do that in the fourth quarter. You got to wonder about his health. There's no question who the leader has to be. It's got to be Joel. You mentioned going after Seth. They went after Furkan Korkmaz also. Really good job identifying what they considered to be mismatches and taking care of them. And Philadelphia, for most of this year, for a good chunk of last night, Seth, is an elite defensive team.
And guys, I just want to jump in for a second because I do want to get to the Clippers and the Jazz. And Seth, I want to get your reaction to what you saw from Paul George last night.
He looked like Durant for a while, I'll tell you that much. I mean, he did whatever they needed. He scored it. He made plays for others. He defended. He rebounded the basketball. He was absolutely phenomenal. And I think Ty Lue did a great job defensively getting the ball out of Donovan Mitchell's hands. I mean, he ran those double teams. But Donovan Mitchell had to work for every single basket, every single shot he got because they was always running a second defender at him. The thing with the Jazz, without Conley, they don't have another floor game or a playmaker to take pressure off it. So Donovan Mitchell's got to facilitate, he's got to score it, and he gets no easy looks. But I thought Paul George, man, come on, get out of here. He was absolutely phenomenal. He looked like Durant to me in a lot of ways. Not Durant, please, don't at me, but like Durant.
I was at that Game 5 with Durant. Man, he did. Paul George last night looked
Look at the big shot.
Very
You're
close.
just name dropping it. He was at Game 5 with Durant. You know what I mean?
I got to say it was an amazing game. All right, so Coach PJ, I got to ask you, can the Clippers finish off the Jazz without Kawhi?
Sure, they can. There's no question they can. Donovan Mitchell, I hate to keep talking about injuries, but that seems to be theme 1A with every series. Donovan Mitchell's not 100%, and it's difficult for him. Seth makes a great point. Mike Conley is so important to the Utah Jazz for getting them in to offense, from settling them down, but also for what he brings to the table in terms of his scoring. But Reggie Jackson has been unbelievable. He hit a pair of threes in the fourth quarter that were monster shots. This shot's impossible. Clock's on his back in the corner, back-to-back threes. Everybody's talking about PG's points, and well, they should. But I love the way he moved the ball. He did a heck of a job. This shot right there, that was a dagger. Royce just stuck his hand in, three-point shot. You can call yourself playoff P when you make a big shot like that. But I love the passing. Look at this. He splits. He finds Patrick Beverley right there. Marcus Morris had 3 threes last night. Paul George assisted on all 3 of them. I like the rebounds, the assists, the other things that Paul George brought to the table last night for the Clippers. They can win it, but Mike Conley comes back. Utah also. That's going to be, I hope, a great 2 more games.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.